Well, since we're just sitting on the border and not moving, waiting to cross into the United States of America, I thought I would give a quick recap on the Mezcal Moto Rally. And yeah, it was one of the hardest ones. This is my 5th year doing it. We started it pre-COVID, then delayed it, and then started and kicked off. And every year's been totally different. We've gone to beach destinations. We've been in the forest. We've been through jungle a little bit in Oaxaca. Oh, I gotta move. I'm literally waddling on the bike, crossing the border without my engine. But yeah, anyway, it was hard. Second day was the hardest riding of my life. I hope to never ever repeat that. So anyway, as I was saying, one thing though that is consistent year after year is the inconsistencies. In many ways. So one being the type of riders and the type of bikes we have. The first year we had, I think, 3 massive Harleys, and little by little it's been more adventure bikes, of course, mostly adventure bikes, but I rode a sport bike a couple years. I think I was the only one to do that. Well, George rode kind of a sport bike once. And so that's been really cool because you just never know who's going to show up to the start line and who's going to end to the finish line. Ideally, everybody finishes, but as we've seen, that's not always the case. RIP to those racers. And it's different kind of people too. People from all walks of life, people with different riding styles, years of experience, whether they've even been out of the country or not. So that's what I love about this. And the other thing that's consistently inconsistent is the terrain, you know, and which is great. The diversity each year is incredible. One day you could be riding through the desert. So this year was straight desert, Chihuahua Desert, hot pavement, and then the next day was 100+ miles of rocky, sandy, gravel terrain in the middle of a canyon, and that got it to heats of 105 degrees Fahrenheit, 40+ Celsius. So, and then the next day we had forest, and then we slept in the forest. So, and that temperatures dropped down to, I think, maybe 50, 60. So that's pretty cool. Mornings are crisp, sometimes humid, sometimes not. Depends on, we ended up at the beach on day 2 after being in the canyon. So that's what's really cool too, is that these riders, you know, every day you wake up and you don't really know what the fuck's gonna happen. Rolling through the theme of inconsistencies, the pieces, the apparatuses of the motorcycles that perish and are left behind each year also vary. We had a foot peg incident this year. I feel like that one's kind of consistent. That's a recurring one. Brett's BMW got hydro-locked by trying to cross a river. Brett, I'm still wondering why you tried to do that. I mean, I see the thought behind it, but RIP Brett. Brett won last year and was our reigning champ. He was a defeating champion, and yes, he got hydro-locked. So we wish him well with his repairs. I think he still might be wandering around Mexico, I'm not sure. And then we had people run out of gas. That's pretty consistent. You guys really gotta do better on that. What else? Lots of scratches.